Exterior, Ministry of Magic, morning. Anna and Kingsley walk down the sidewalk, both dressed for work, mid-conversation.
Rotating paroles, flu networks, surveillance, mail searches. We're doing everything we can.
Any word on Heptagon?
Nothing yet. Whoever took it from the Department of Mysteries left nothing behind.
In the wrong hands.
I know. But Crouch has the aura spread thin, performing security at the Ministry. We can't do much in the way of a search without any leads.
Anna spots Emmeline standing casually near a stone wall as Kingsley talks. They exchange a subtle nod, and Kingsley and Anna head inside for work. Emmeline checks over her shoulder, pulls a camera out of her bag, and pretends to snap a few photos. Between each one, she examines the Ministry and the employees milling around. She's picking up whatever information she can for Moody. An aura notices her. He looks suspicious. Emmeline smiles at him sweetly.
It's just such lovely architecture.
He buys the lie and continues on his way. Emmeline ducks into an alley and casts her Patronus. We don't hear the message she murmurs to it, but it works and disappears into thin air. Interior, Sirius' flat, pre-dawn. Sirius and Remus burst through the door, back from one of Remus's transformations. Sirius is supporting most of Remus's weight. His face is scratched and he's covered in scrapes and bruises. Sirius helps Remus sit on the sofa and then sits a foot or so away, sizing up his wounds.
That bad?
You look like you lost a fight with the Whomping Willow.
Won't be the first time.
Remus hisses in pain and holds his side. Sirius instinctively makes a move to steady him. He raises a hand and thumbs one of the nastier bruises on Remus's jaw.
I can patch you up. No problem.
You sure?
Is that doubt I hear, Moony? Come on, how many times did I see Pomfrey do it in school? I took mental notes.
He watches Sirius pull a bottle of essence of dittany from the pocket of his robes. Sirius dabs a bit onto his finger and carefully taps it onto the worst of Remus's cuts. He reaches a cut on Remus's lip.
You could at least buy me dinner first.
You just tell me when.
Not like we've got time for that anyways.
Right. War and all. Better?
Much. Thanks, Padfoot.
Get some rest.
Exterior, Potter Cottage, day. The begonias still bloom outside James and Lily's home as we push through the living room window and through it into the house. Interior, Potter Cottage, day. James and Lily apparate into the room with a crack, each with a small suitcase. Without a word, James grabs Lily's suitcase and heads upstairs, leaving her to exchange hugs with Marlene and Dorcas, who have just emerged from the kitchen.
Think, Merlin, you're home!
Yes. Moody will catch you all up at the next meeting, and we want to hear all about India.
I'm shocked the place is still standing.
Marlene and Dorcas clasp hands and separate. Lily flops down on the couch, exhausted, and shuts her eyes. Exterior, Diagon Alley, evening. Several Order members patrol the streets of Diagon Alley. Caradoc and Edgar, Fabian and Gideon. It almost looks as though they're window shopping, but they hold their wands tightly and keep a sharp eye out for anything suspicious. Interior, Selwyn's office, night. In the office stand Balthazar Selwyn and Abraxas Malfoy.
This case to kill authorization. Should I take care of it?
No need. After Rosia's death, the Ministry will never get it passed. They still have no idea it was Mulciber who imperioused that aura, and they never will.
And Lucius?
Leave my son out of this.
Hidden in a corner stands a magic quill, scribbling furiously on a piece of parchment. Exterior, Diagon Alley, midday. We see a manic Sirius dragging an amused Peter along Diagon Alley. They enter a shop, then almost immediately exit.
What was wrong this time?
The quality of their products wasn't even close to the caliber we need.
We're still talking about chocolates, right?
Remus deserves the best and only the best. So that's what we'll get.
Sirius, we've been at it all day. Can't we just give it a rest?
Not yet.
Sirius drags Peter to another shop 2 doors down.
Now this is what we're looking for.
Resigned, Peter dutifully follows Sirius inside. We focus on the storm front, and shadows begin to change, showing a passage of time. Finally, the boys emerge, Peter looking entirely beaten down and Sirius triumphant with a box of chocolates under his arm.
Did you have to check the ingredients on every single box?
I'm not going to make Moony feel worse by feeding him anything low quality.
Don't think the quality is the problem.
They make their way down the street. A man crosses their path. Peter watches as the man walks down the steps to Nocturne Alley.
Was that Snivelus?
Where?
He went down Nocturne Alley.
Well then, let's go find him, shall we?
Sirius, I'm not sure that's the best plan.
But Sirius has already started walking towards the alley with Peter scampering behind him. They round the corner. Exterior, Nocturne Alley, day.
I could use a good fight.
As the words come out of his mouth, the boys walk directly into a group of Death Eaters. In front of them are Avery, Severus Snape, and Mulciber Jr.
I'm so glad that you think so.
Sirius' hand immediately flies into his robes for his wand, and he pointed directly at Snape. Peter's frozen, his eyes the only part of him moving as they dart back and forth between the Death Eaters. Death Eaters match Sirius' stance. 3 against 2, he's faced worse odds. Peter backs up and bumps into Wilkes and Rosier Jr. as they step out of the shadows behind him. Sirius and Peter exchange a look.
What brings blood traitor scum like you to a place like this?
Let's just say I was following a certain stench.
Snape presses the tip of his wand into Sirius' cheek and sneers.
Give me a reason.
As if you're important enough to be given the honor of killing me.
I can do far worse than that, Black.
Flibendo!
But just as he casts, Wilkes grabs him from behind. Instead of hitting Snape, the knockback jinx hits Avery, sending him tottering backwards. Wilkes snatches away Sirius' wand as Rosier sucker punches Peter, taking his wand as well. Sirius headbutts Wilkes, breaking his nose.
Long walk.
Incarcerate.
Ropes twist themselves around their wrists. Sirius tries to shout any number of expletives, but he can only make muffled noises. Snape helps Avery to his feet, and the pair is shoved down the alleyway. The only evidence left of the boys is the battered box of chocolates on the cobblestones. Interior, Borgin Burkes' front room. It's midday, but the CD shop is so dimly lit and the windows are so grimy that it could just as easily be dusk. The door bursts open and the Death Eaters forcefully drag Sirius and Peter into the shop and throw them to the ground. Snape flicks his wand. The Langlock curse is lifted, but the ropes remain.
You're a lot braver when you've got backup, aren't you, Snivelus?
Famous last words, Black.
Snape steps forward and once again points his wand at Sirius' face. He slowly drags it downward across his cheekbone, slicing a deep cut as he goes.
That all you've got?
Take Pettigrew. He'll talk.
Snape and Avery grab Sirius, who puts up a fight. Avery punches him in the face and Sirius immediately rebounds and spits. They drag him towards a large janitor's closet off the main storeroom. Rosier Jr. and Wilkes drag Peter into the hall behind the front room.
It's going to be fine, Pete. Just don't...
They shut the closet door, cutting off his words. The Death Eaters throw Peter to the floor in the back room. The door opens and Mulciber Sr. walks in. Peter quakes on the floor as Mulciber Sr. towers over him. Then he waves his wand over Peter. Peter flinches, but instead the ropes melt away.
Can someone get this boy a chair?
Rosier Jr. summons a spindly chair with magic. Mulciber Sr. gestures for Peter to sit in it.
If you want to help your friend, you'll help us first. Otherwise, it'll be very painful for the both of you.
Please don't hurt me. I don't know anything.
Almost as if they heard him, Sirius's screams began to fill the silence. Long, angry, painful screams. Interior, Borgin Burkes, janitor's closet, day. Sirius on his knees, doubled over in pain. He spits blood onto the ground. He looks up, his face bloody, and yet he smirks.
I'll never talk.
Another gash cuts across Sirius's stomach.
We don't need you to talk. Your friend will do it for you.
Please, don't.
A man who knows the value of his own life. Now you're thinking like a pureblood. How long have you been in the company of friends who don't care about you? That boy in there would sooner let you die than give anything away.
Sirius would never.
But he already did. He gave up your life when he chose not to give us the information we need. Listen to his screams. When they cease, we'll simply replace them with yours. You're nothing to him, but you're valuable to us.
I just want...
Protection? It can be arranged, if you tell us what you know.
But my friends, they...
Are fighting a war they cannot win. You're as foolish as they are. All your friends can offer you is misery and death.
That's not true.
It will only hurt more in the end. Kill him.
Wait, please, I know something. I know something. There's a door. It won't be protected. At the gala, at the ministry gala, everyone will be there.
Interesting. And how might we open this unguarded door?
There's a password, Agrippa, but that's all I know. I promise. Please, just don't kill me.
Thank you for your cooperation. The Dark Lord will not soon forget it.
Mulciber Sr. sweeps out of the room with great drama, leaving Peter exhausted and alone. Interior, janitor's closet, Borgin Burkes. Sirius is laying on the ground, out of breath and in pain. The torture seems to finally be getting to him. The door bangs open and Mulciber Sr. takes a step inside. He regards Sirius with disgust.
Is he dead?
Sirius somehow manages to raise his head.
You. Pity.
Mulciber Sr. turns to Snape.
Bellatrix can do the honors.
He steps closer to Sirius.
What a family reunion that will be.
With that, Mulciber Sr. exits the room. Mulciber Sr. sweeps past Peter, still cowering in his chair. As he reaches the back door, he glances back at the boy. Then, Mulciber is gone, leaving Peter alone with his Death Eater guards. He glances at the hall door where somewhere beyond he was hearing Sirius's screams. Now, all there is a deafening silence.